The princess had a dream of a faraway castle, with walls that glowed with an unearthly beauty. The walls seemed to be made of light, and the sky around them was a brilliant blue. She felt a deep longing to explore this unknown place, and find out what secrets it held. But the dream ended before she could make it to the gates of the castle, leaving her with a feeling of sadness and a desire to return. The castle's walls, thick and imposing, loomed in the distance. As the princess drew closer, she could see intricate details of the walls, the smooth stones and the intricate carvings that adorned them. The walls, though old, still stood strong, a testament to the strength of the castle and its inhabitants. As the princess passed through the walls, she felt a sense of awe, knowing that she was entering a place of great power and history. She felt a deep respect for the castle and its inhabitants, and she knew that her journey was only just beginning. The princess had to summon every ounce of courage she had in order to face the dragon. She had never encountered such a powerful creature before, and was filled with fear and apprehension. Yet, she knew that the only way to save her kingdom was to confront the beast. She steeled her nerves and prepared for the battle ahead, determined to do whatever it took to protect her people. With a deep breath, she stepped forward, ready to face the dragon and whatever fate it held in store. The kingdom's fate rested in the hands of the brave princess and her plan to defeat the dragon. She knew that without her courage and strength, the kingdom would be lost forever. She gathered her courage and strength and set out to face the dragon. With her plan in place, she was determined to save her kingdom and its people from the dragon's wrath. She faced the dragon head-on, and with determination and courage, she was able to slay the dragon and save the kingdom from destruction. The kingdom rejoiced with the princess and her victory, and the people were forever grateful for her bravery and courage. The king was desperate to save his beloved daughter. He had heard of a magical kingdom far away and sent out a plea for help. He asked anyone who could help the princess to come to his kingdom and aid her in her quest. He promised to reward them with riches if they were able to help his daughter. He was willing to do anything to make sure his daughter could be saved from her dream. Princess's journey began with a heavy heart, as she knew the king's plea was her only hope of saving her kingdom. She set out on a long and arduous journey, filled with many challenges and dangers. Along the way, she faced fierce beasts, treacherous terrain, and powerful magic. With determination and courage, she eventually arrived at her destination and was able to save her kingdom and restore peace. Despite the hardships, the princess never lost faith, and her courage and strength will ultimately led her to success. The princess was filled with dread as she heard the distant roar of the dragon. She knew that she must continue her journey, no matter how dangerous it may be. She steeled her resolve and pressed forward, determined to save her kingdom. As she drew closer, the dragon's roar grew louder and more menacing. She could feel its power radiating through the air, threatening to consume her. Despite her fear, she kept walking, determined to do whatever it took to save her kingdom. The dragon's power was legendary. It was said that its roar could shake the very foundations of the kingdom, and its breath could scorch the land. Its strength was unmatched, and its presence was a source of both fear and awe. It was believed to be the embodiment of the kingdom's strength and protection, and it was said that no one could stand against it. The dragon's power was a symbol of hope to the people of the kingdom, and its presence was a reminder of their strength and courage. The princess was terrified of the dragon's tremendous power. She had heard stories how the beast could level entire villages with a single breath of fire. She had seen the destruction it had caused in the past and feared it would come for her kingdom next. She was scared of the unknown, of the power the dragon held over her and her people, and of what the future might bring held over her and her people. The kingdom's hope lies in the courage of its people. With the dragon's fearsome roar and immense power, it could easily cause destruction and chaos. However, the princess's fear of the dragon is a sign of hope. It shows that the people of the kingdom are willing to stand up and fight for what is right. The princess's bravery is an example of the courage and strength of the people of the kingdom. If they can come together and work together, they can face the dragon and restore peace and order in the kingdom. The princess had a plan to defeat the dragon and save her kingdom. She had heard stories of the dragon's strength and knew that she had to find a way to outsmart it. She gathered her courage and began to devise a strategy to outwit the dragon and protect her people. She knew that her plan had to be bold and brave, but also clever and cunning. She was determined to find a way to save her kingdom, no matter what it took. The dragon's strength was legendary. It was said that it could fly faster than a hawk, breathe fire from its mouth, and crush its enemies with its powerful claws. Its scales were so thick that no weapon could penetrate them. The dragon had been terrorizing the kingdom for years, and no one had been able to defeat it. The princess knew that if she was to save her kingdom, she would have to find a way to defeat the dragon's strength.
If you enjoyed this video, please don't forget to hit the subscribe button and turn on notifications so you never miss an update from us. We'll be bringing you more exciting stories and videos like this one. See you next time.
Astronaut training is an incredibly rigorous process that requires dedication and hard work. The training begins with basic physical fitness and nutrition education, followed by advanced simulations and simulations in zero gravity. Astronauts also learn how to repair and maintain the spacecraft, as well as how to operate the various onboard systems. Additionally, they are trained in emergency procedures, such as how to handle a malfunction or an unexpected event. Finally, astronauts are given extensive briefings on the mission objectives and the spacecraft's capabilities. All of this training is necessary to ensure that astronauts are ready to face the challenges of space exploration. Before entering the spacecraft, astronauts must suit up. They put on a special pressure suit that helps them breathe in space and protects them from extreme temperatures and radiation. The suit also contains a communication system and sensors to monitor physical conditions. astronauts must also wear a helmet and gloves, and they must attach oxygen tanks and other equipment to their suits. This suiting up process can take up to an hour, and it is a critical part of the astronauts' pre-launch preparation. The strange landscape was further complicated by a mysterious message. It seemed to be written in an unknown language, but the symbols were unmistakable. It appeared to be a warning of some kind, but its meaning was unclear to be a warning of some kind. What did it mean? Who had sent it? The answers to these questions were hidden in the shadows, and they would remain a mystery until the big revelation. The mysterious message, left behind by the alien life form, finally revealed the truth of this strange landscape. It was a place of great power, a place where the energy of the universe could be harnessed and manipulated. The alien life form had left behind a powerful artifact, capable of manipulating the energy of the universe and granting its user incredible power. It was a revelation that left the explorers in awe and filled them with both excitement and trepidation. The countdown to launch is an intense and exciting time for the astronaut to launch. Every second is carefully monitored by mission control as the final checks are made and the launch sequence is initiated. As the countdown reaches 0, the astronaut is ready for the final step, the launch. The anticipation builds as the rocket engines ignite and the spacecraft begins to ascend, pushing the astronaut ever closer to their destination in space. The countdown reaches 0, and the engines roar to life. The spacecraft shakes as it slowly lifts off the ground, gaining speed and altitude as it leaves the Earth's atmosphere. The astronauts feel a sense of awe and excitement as they watch the planet shrink in the distance, and the stars become brighter. After several minutes, they are finally in space and ready to begin their mission. They have successfully achieved liftoff. Leaving Earth is the ultimate dream of many astronauts and marks the start of a journey into the unknown. After months of training and preparation, the moment of launch is finally here. Countdown begins, and as the engines roar, the astronauts feel a rush of adrenaline and excitement. The launch is a breathtaking experience, as the spacecraft slowly ascends into the sky, and the Earth slowly disappears from view. The astronauts are now leaving the comfort of Earth and heading out into the unknown. Leaving Earth is only the beginning of a great adventure. The final frontier lies beyond the asteroid belt, a vast expanse of space waiting to be explored. Humanity has yet to uncover the secrets of this unknown realm, but the potential for discovery is immense. Astronauts and scientists alike are eager to take on the challenge of unlocking the mysteries of the unknown planet and uncovering the wonders that await them. Mysteries of the unknown planet. The exploration of the final frontier is sure to be filled with both excitement and danger, but the rewards of such a journey will be well worth the risks. As we leave Earth, our journey takes us to the asteroid belt, an area located between Mars and Jupiter. This region is filled with millions of asteroids, ranging in size from small pebbles to objects hundreds of miles in diameter. Most of these asteroids are thought to be remnants of a planet that never fully formed. The asteroid belt is a dangerous place, as the asteroids can collide with each other, or with spacecrafts, potentially causing serious damage. Thankfully, spacecrafts can be programmed to avoid the asteroids and navigate safely through the belt. The asteroid belt is a fascinating part of our solar system, and a reminder of the vastness and complexity of the universe. As the crew ventures further and further away from Earth, they come across an unknown planet. Its atmosphere is thick and murky, and the surface is covered in an unknown material. The crew is curious and decides to explore the planet further. As they venture deeper into its core, they find strange creatures, unknown plants, and a plethora of new and exciting discoveries. The unknown planet is a mystery, and the crew is determined to uncover its secrets. The astronauts continued their journey, leaving the asteroid belt behind them. As they approached the unknown planet, they were awestruck by its strange landscape. The planet was dotted with unfamiliar mountains and valleys, its atmosphere thick with strange vapors. The astronauts felt a mixture of fear and excitement as they prepared to explore this new world. They had no idea what they might find, but they were determined to uncover its secrets. The strange landscape had been filled with strange and unknown creatures, but none more mysterious than the alien life form. It was unlike anything the explorers had ever seen before, with a strange, luminescent body and 4 long, spindly legs. Its eyes seemed to be constantly shifting, as if it were searching for something. It was an eerie sight, and the explorers couldn't help but feel that they were being watched. As they approached, the alien life form began to move, slowly and cautiously, as if it were trying to communicate with them.
If you enjoyed this video, please don't forget to hit the subscribe button and turn on notifications so you never miss an update from us. We'll be bringing you more exciting stories and videos like this one. See you next time.
An old man was sitting on a bench in the park one day, telling stories to the children gathered around him. He had a twinkle in his eye and a mischievous grin on his face as he began to tell the tale of a young boy named Jack. He told of how Jack had stumbled across a strange old man who had promised him something magical in exchange for a few simple items. The old man's story captivated the children, and they hung on his every word. Jack was intrigued by the old man's story, and he was curious to know more. He asked the old man what the beans were, and why they were so special. The old man smiled and said that these were no ordinary beans, but magical beans that could bring him great fortune. Jack was astonished and couldn't believe his luck. He was eager to find out what the old man meant by great fortune, and asked him to explain further. The old man replied that if Jack planted the beans in the ground, a giant beanstalk would grow overnight that would lead him to a land of great wealth. Jack was in awe as he watched the garden transform before his eyes. The once barren and neglected land was now lush and vibrant. As he looked around, he spotted a small figure standing in the center of the garden, waving a wand in a circular motion. Suddenly, a brilliant light filled the garden, and the figure revealed itself to be a fairy, who who had come to grant Jack's wish of bringing the garden back to life, who had come to grant Jack's wish of bringing the garden back to life. She smiled at him and explained that her magical powers had turned the garden into a beautiful paradise. Jack was filled with joy and could not believe what he was seeing. He thanked the fairy for her generous gift and thanked her for granting his wish. Jack was overwhelmed with joy as he watched the garden transform before his eyes. He had never seen anything like it and couldn't believe the power of the magic he had just witnessed. Every flower and blade of grass seemed to be in perfect harmony, and the colors were so vibrant and alive. He had a feeling of peace and contentment, knowing that he had been part of something so special. He couldn't wait to tell his family and friends about the incredible transformation he had seen. Jack's curiosity was piqued as the old man continued his story. He explained that the beans he had were magic and could be planted in the ground to grow a giant beanstalk that reached the clouds. Jack was amazed to hear this and asked the old man if he could have some of the beans. The old man smiled and handed Jack a handful of the beans, telling him that if he planted them in the ground and watered them with his tears, he would have a beanstalk that could take him to a place of great wealth and adventure. Jack was filled with excitement at the thought of owning the magic beans. He was eager to get home and plant them so he could see what would happen. He was certain that something amazing would happen, and he was eager to find out what it was. He thanked the old man for his generosity and ran home as fast as he could, clutching the beans tightly in his hands. He couldn't wait to see what would happen when he planted them. Jack was filled with anticipation as he made his preparations for the next day. He gathered the items that the old man had asked for in exchange for the magical beans, and made sure he had everything he needed for his journey. He took extra care to ensure that he had enough food and water for the journey, as well as some tools to help him along the way. He was determined to make the most of his adventure and make sure he was prepared for anything that might come his way. With everything packed and ready, he went to bed that night with a sense of excitement and anticipation. Jack was ready to start planting. He gathered the seeds and carefully placed them into the soil. With each seed, he prayed for the success of his crop. He worked diligently, covering each seed with dirt and patting it down with his hands. He was careful to ensure that each seed was planted in the right spot, so as to give it the best chance of success. He then watered the soil to ensure the seeds had enough moisture to germinate and grow. With each action, Jack felt a sense of hope and excitement, knowing that soon he would have a bountiful harvest. Jack knelt in the soil, his hands clasped together in prayer. He thanked the gods for the sun and the rain, for the soil and the plants, and for the opportunity to grow and harvest his own food. He asked for a good yield and a successful harvest. He prayed for patience and resilience as he waited for the plants to grow. He also asked for strength to face any difficulties that may arise. As he finished his prayer, he felt a sense of peace and hope that his hard work would be rewarded. The waiting game was a difficult one for Jack. He had done all that he could to ensure the success of his crop, but he was now at the mercy of the elements. He had to hope that the sun would shine, and the rain would fall in just the right amounts. He had to hope that the soil would be fertile, and the pests would stay away. He had to wait and see if his hard work would pay off. He was anxious and excited, but he was also patient. He knew that he could not rush nature, and he was determined to wait it out rush nature. The sun shone brightly on the garden as Jack watched with anticipation. A few days had passed since he planted the magical beans, and he was eager to witness their transformation. He had worked hard to prepare the soil and nurture the crop, and he hoped that his efforts would be rewarded. As he waited, Jack noticed a few changes in the garden. Plants were growing rapidly, and the leaves were beginning to take on a deep green hue. He could feel the magic in the air, and his excitement grew with each passing moment. He knew that something special was about to happen, and he couldn't wait to find out what it was. Jack was amazed by the transformation of the garden. He had expected to find a few weeds, but instead he was greeted with a lush and vibrant landscape. As he explored the garden, he came across a large and mysterious tree. He was surprised to find a small door hidden in the trunk of the tree, and with a little bit of curiosity, he opened it. Inside, he discovered a beautiful and mysterious world filled with magical creatures and plants. He was in awe of the beauty and the potential of what he had found.
If you enjoyed this video, please don't forget to hit the subscribe button and turn on notifications so you never miss an update from us. We'll be bringing you more exciting stories and videos like this one. See you next time.
Luna was a curious little girl who loved to explore and ask questions. One day, she heard a rumor that a comet was going to appear in the night sky. She was so excited to see it and wanted to find out more about it. She asked her parents and teachers, but no one seemed to have any answers. Determined to find out more, Luna decided to take matters into her own hands and find out for herself. Luna was filled with curiosity as she gazed up at the night sky. She had heard stories of a mysterious comet that had been seen in the night sky, and she was determined to find it. She searched through the stars trying to spot the comet, but it seemed to have disappeared. She was determined to find it, and she knew that the only way to do that was to take a closer look. She decided to take a telescope and search for the comet in the night sky. As our spacecraft continues to explore the universe, we are faced with the exciting prospect of meeting aliens. We have no idea what to expect, but we are prepared to make contact with any form of intelligent life that we may encounter. We are curious to learn about the different cultures and beliefs of these alien species and to understand their way of life. We have equipped our spacecraft with the necessary communication tools to interact with these new species and are eager to explore the unknown known. We hope that our journey will be one of mutual understanding and exploration, and that we will be able to make a lasting impression on these new species. After a successful mission of exploring the universe and meeting aliens, It was time for the crew to return home. Although they were sad to leave the fascinating sights and creatures they had encountered, they were excited to share their experiences with their families and the world. As they journeyed back to Earth, they reflected on all the incredible things they had seen and the knowledge they had gained. The crew was determined to use their newfound knowledge to make the world a better place. Upon their return, they were welcomed with open arms and celebrated as heroes. Luna gazed up at the night sky, her curiosity piqued by the strange light in the distance. Suddenly, a bright comet appeared in the sky, glowing in a brilliant display of light and color. Its tail stretched out far behind it, leaving a trail of stars in its wake. The comet moved quickly across the sky, its speed increasing as it approached the horizon. Luna was mesmerized by the sight, and she watched in awe as the comet made its way across the night sky. Luna was determined to find out what the comet was made of, and what it was doing in the sky. She decided to build a rocket and launch it into the sky to get a closer look. She spent the next few weeks gathering materials and constructing the rocket. She was determined to make her plan a success, no matter the cost. She was excited to finally have the chance to explore the unknown and discover the secrets of the comet. Luna was determined to get a closer look at the comet and fulfill her curiosity. She knew that she would need to gather the necessary supplies to build a ship that could travel through the night sky. She started by looking around her house for materials, and was surprised to find that she already had some of the necessary items. She then visited the local stores and collected the remaining items, such as metal and wood, to construct her rocket. With the supplies in hand, she was ready to start building her ship and take on her journey to the comet. Finding the right people to join the crew of a new ship is a crucial step in the process. It is important to assemble a team of people who are motivated, skilled, and experienced in the field. When selecting the crew, consider the roles they will play on the ship, the tasks they will be responsible for, and the personalities that will work best together. It is also important to find people who are committed to the mission and willing to work together to make the ship a success. Once the team is chosen, it is important to provide them with the resources and training they need to succeed. With the right team in place, the ship will be well equipped to take on whatever challenges come its way. The ship will be well After gathering the necessary supplies and assembling a team, the next step in launching a successful space mission is designing a ship. In launching a successful space mission is designing a ship. It is important to take into account the mission's purpose and the environment in which the ship will be operating. The design must be able to withstand the rigors of space travel, such as extreme temperatures, radiation, and vacuum. Additionally, the ship must be constructed to accommodate the crew and any other necessary equipment. It must also have the capability to maneuver in space and be able to land safely on the planet's surface. Careful consideration must be taken to ensure that the ship is designed to be as efficient and reliable as possible. After a ship has been designed and built, it is important to test it. This process involves taking the ship out on the water and running various tests to ensure that it is capable of performing its intended tasks. Tests can include speed tests, maneuverability tests, and stability tests. The ship must also be inspected for any signs of damage or wear. Once the ship has passed all of the tests, it is ready to be used for its intended purpose. Testing the ship is an important step in the process of building a seaworthy vessel. The launch. With the ship ready to go, Luna and her crew prepared for their journey to the comet. After a few final checks, they were ready to take off. Everyone was filled with excitement and anticipation as they watched the ship slowly lift off the ground. As the ship rose higher and higher, the crew waved goodbye to the people below. With a roar of the engines, the ship was soon lost in the vastness of space. Luna and her crew were on their way to explore the unknown. After the successful launch, the crew began to explore the vastness of the universe. They made their way through galaxies and star systems, marveling at the beauty of the stars and planets. They encountered strange and exotic creatures, and visited places that could not be found anywhere else in the universe. They encountered many wonders, such as black holes, nebulae, and even other civilizations. The crew was amazed by the sheer size and complexity of the universe, and the mysteries that it held. They were determined to uncover its secrets, and to make new discoveries that could benefit humanity.
If you enjoyed this video, please don't forget to hit the subscribe button and turn on notifications so you never miss an update from us. We'll be bringing you more exciting stories and videos like this one. See you next time.
Luna was always fascinated by the night sky. She often wondered what secrets it held and what mysteries it could reveal. She was determined to find out, and so she set out on a journey to explore the stars and uncover the mysteries of the universe. Luna was determined to find out more about the strange comet she had seen. She decided to start her search by asking around her neighborhood. She began by asking her friends and family if they had seen anything similar in the sky. She also visited the local library to search for any books that might contain information about the comet. She was surprised to find that there was very little information available. Luna then decided to take her search to the internet, where she was able to find out more about the comet. She learned that it was a rare event and a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to witness such a celestial phenomenon. With this newfound knowledge, Luna was determined to find out more and take her search to the next level. The journey had been long and arduous, but the end was finally in sight. After weeks of travel, the crew was only days away from reaching their destination. As they approached the comet, they could feel the tension in the air. Final countdown had begun, and with it, the anticipation of what lay ahead. The crew had no idea what they would find, but they were determined to uncover the comet's secrets. They were ready to face whatever the unknown held. As the countdown to the mission's launch came to a close, the team's excitement was palpable. However, lurking beneath the anticipation was an underlying sense of trepidation. What was out there beyond the stars? What secrets would they uncover? What would the journey bring? The unknown ahead was both thrilling and intimidating. As the rocket ignited and soared into the sky, the team knew that whatever the mission held, they were ready to face it. Whatever discoveries they made, they would face them together. With courage and determination, they looked forward to the unknown. As the team ventured further into the unknown, they stumbled upon an unexpected discovery. It was a massive comet, soaring through the stars and radiating a mysterious energy. They quickly realized that this comet was unlike anything they had ever seen before, and that its secrets could potentially change the course of their mission. The unknown ahead had been a mystery, but with the discovery of the comet, a new path had opened up and up. As the crew ventured closer to the comet, they were filled with both excitement and apprehension. What secrets did the comet hold? Could it be the answer to the questions they had been seeking? The closer they got to the comet, the more their anticipation grew. Finally, they reached the comet and were amazed to find that it was emitting a strange energy. This energy was the key to unlocking the secrets of the universe, and the crew was determined to use it to make the world a better place. The comet had revealed its secret, and the crew was ready to embark on a new journey. Our journey was far from over. After discovering the comet's secret, we had to make the long journey back home. Despite the long and arduous journey, we felt a sense of accomplishment, knowing that we had uncovered something that had been hidden for so long. We were excited to share our findings with the world, and to continue our exploration of the unknown. As Luna continued her search, she noticed something strange in the sky. A large, glowing object was streaking across the night sky, leaving a bright, colorful tail in its wake. She had never seen anything like it before, and she was determined to find out what it was. She was filled with a sense of excitement and anticipation as she followed the mysterious light. After a few moments of searching, Luna noticed a faint, glowing tail in the night sky. She was mesmerized by the sight and couldn't believe her eyes. She followed the tail, which seemed to be leading her somewhere. She had no idea what the tail was, but she was determined to find out. She had a feeling that this strange sight was the start of a new journey, and she was ready to take it. The discovery of the comet's tail was a revelation to Luna, and it sparked a new sense of curiosity and determination within her. She was determined to explore this new world and find out what secrets it held. She quickly gathered some essential supplies and set off on her adventure, eager to see what lay ahead. She was filled with a sense of excitement and anticipation as she sailed through the night sky, and she was sure that this was the beginning of a journey she would never forget. With a new sense of purpose, Luna was ready to take on whatever the universe had in store for her. Luna was filled with a sense of anticipation as she prepared for her journey. She had researched, gathered supplies, and said goodbye to her friends and family. As she stepped onto the spaceship, she felt a thrill of excitement as the engines roared to life. The ship began to lift off, and Luna knew that she was embarking on a journey of exploration and discovery. With a sense of awe and wonder, she watched as the stars twinkled in the night sky, and the ship disappeared into the horizon. After the spaceship's launch, the crew began to explore the ships. They were amazed by its size and complexity, and the range of features it had. With a sense of excitement, they moved from room to room, discovering the various technologies and gadgets that would help them on their mission. They were eager to start their journey and make a difference in the universe. The mission ahead was daunting, but the crew was determined. They had been chosen for their expertise and courage, and were ready to take on whatever lay ahead. With a mission to explore the unknown, they had to be prepared for anything. They had to be brave, resourceful, and resilient in the face of the unknown. As they prepared for their journey, the crew had no idea what they would find, but they were ready to face whatever challenges they might encounter. As the crew explored the ship, they began to hear strange voices coming from the depths of the vessel. The voices seemed to echo through the walls, and the crew exchanged worried glances. It was clear that something strange was afoot, and the crew was determined to find out what it was. As they ventured deeper into the ship, the voices grew louder, and the crew became increasingly concerned. The time has come for the crew to set off on their mission. After weeks of preparation, the spaceship is now ready to launch. The crew has been briefed on the mission's objectives and the dangers that may lie ahead. They have been equipped with the necessary tools and supplies to ensure their success. With a sense of excitement and anticipation, the crew boards the ship and sets off on their journey. As the ship slowly lifts off the ground, they wave goodbye to their families and friends, knowing that they are embarking on an adventure that will take them far beyond their current understanding.
If you enjoyed this video, please don't forget to hit the subscribe button and turn on notifications so you never miss an update from us. We'll be bringing you more exciting stories and videos like this one. See you next time.
Before any space mission, extensive preparations are required. Astronauts must be trained to handle the physical and psychological demands of the journey, and the spacecraft must be checked and tested to ensure it is in optimal condition. All the necessary equipment and supplies must be loaded on board. Finally, the launch site must be secured and the flight path planned and approved. With all these tasks complete, the astronauts and mission control can begin the countdown to liftoff. Countdown began as the clock ticked away the seconds. The entire launch team was on the edge of their seats as the anticipation of the launch increased. Every second felt like an eternity as the team watched the clock, counting down the time until lift off. As the countdown reached its final seconds, the atmosphere was electric and filled with excitement. Finally, the clock struck 0 and the launch began. After communication was established, the alien visitor revealed a remarkable gift. It was a device that allowed for the instantaneous transfer of knowledge and skills, a technology that had never before been seen on Earth. This device allowed humans to quickly learn new skills and knowledge, and it was a revolutionary advancement. The alien visitor had bestowed this incredible gift upon humanity, and it was met with both awe and gratitude. With this gift, humanity could now progress and develop at a much faster rate than ever before. After their unexpected journey to the stars, the travelers were finally able to make their way back to Earth. Although the return was bittersweet, they were excited to reunite with their families and friends. Upon their return, the travelers shared stories of their journey, the new creatures they encountered, and the gifts they brought back with them. The travelers also shared their newfound appreciation for the beauty of the earth and the importance of cherishing every moment of life. They had returned with a newfound sense of hope and optimism, and a deeper understanding of the world around them. The countdown reaches 0, and the engines roar to life. The rocket begins to shake and vibrate as it lifts off the launch pad. The force of the engines is so powerful that the rocket quickly accelerates into the sky. As the rocket climbs higher and higher, the sound of the engines fades away, replaced by the sound of the wind. The view from the cockpit is breathtaking, and the feeling of weightlessness is exhilarating. Finally, after a few minutes of intense acceleration, the rocket reaches its desired altitude and begins its journey into space. As the spacecraft reaches orbit, the sensation of weightlessness sets in and astronauts feel like they are floating in the air, as the pull of gravity no longer affects them. The sensation of weightlessness is both strange and exhilarating, and it takes some time for astronauts to adjust to the sensation. During this period, astronauts must be careful to secure all loose objects, as they will float around the cabin, creating a potential hazard. Weightlessness can also cause some disorientation, so astronauts must take special precautions to remain safe while in orbit. The void of space is an infinite expanse of nothingness, yet it is filled with a multitude of wonders. From the distant galaxies to the mysterious comets that streak across the night sky, space holds a vast array of secrets and possibilities. As the astronauts prepare to venture into this unknown realm, they must be prepared to face the dangers and challenges that await them. With proper training and preparation, they will be ready to explore the unknown and make new discoveries. As the rocket launches, the astronauts will be propelled into the unknown, and the adventure will truly begin. The planets of our solar system are a diverse collection of celestial bodies that orbit the Sun. Each planet has its own unique characteristics, from the rocky inner planets to the gas giants of the outer solar system. The inner planets, Mercury, Venus, Earth, and Mars, are composed of rocks and metals, while the outer planets, Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, and Neptune, are composed mostly of gas and ice. Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, and Neptune are composed mostly of gas and ice. Every planet in our solar system has its own unique features and characteristics, and each one plays an important role in the overall balance of the solar system. The stars are the most distant and mysterious objects in space. They are the oldest and most distant objects in the universe, and yet they are still studied and admired today. Stars come in a variety of sizes, colors and luminosities, and they can be seen in the night sky with the naked eye. They are made up of gas and dust, and they emit light and energy that can be seen and studied from Earth. Stars can also be used to measure distances and times in the universe, and they are used to study the formation and evolution of galaxies. With advances in technology, stars are now being studied in greater detail than ever before, revealing more and more of their secrets. Comets are some of the most mysterious celestial bodies in the universe. They are composed of dust, ice, and gas and can be seen as they move through the solar system. Comets often appear as bright, glowing objects in the night sky, sometimes with a long tail streaming behind them. They can appear suddenly and unpredictably, and can be seen with the naked eye. Depending on their orbit, comets can be seen from Earth every few years or even centuries. They are believed to be leftovers from the formation and can provide us with valuable information about the origins of our universe. The unexpected often lurks in the depths of space. Waiting to be discovered often lurks in the depths of space. Astronauts embark on their missions with the knowledge that they may stumble upon something they weren't expecting. This can be anything from mysterious comets to strange planets and unknown stars. Even the most experienced explorers can find themselves in awe of the unknown, feeling humbled by the sheer vastness of the universe. With each new discovery, we gain a greater understanding of the universe and a better appreciation for its beauty. The crew was surprised by the unexpected communication from Earth. It had been years since they had heard from home, and the thought of reconnecting with family and friends was overwhelming. They quickly established a connection with the Earth and began to exchange messages. The crew was surprised to learn that the messages were not only from their families, but also from friends and colleagues. They were also surprised to find out that the messages contained a special gift. The crew was filled with joy and excitement as they read the messages and looked forward to the gift they would receive.
If you enjoyed this video, please don't forget to hit the subscribe button and turn on notifications so you never miss an update from us. We'll be bringing you more exciting stories and videos like this one. See you next time.
Starlight is an alien from a distant planet who has come to Earth in search of adventure. This is the story of her journey from her home planet to our world. She has never been to Earth before and is excited to explore and experience all it has to offer. She is determined to make the most of her time here and to learn as much as she can about our planet. With a brave heart and an open mind, she is ready for the journey ahead. Starlight's home planet is a distant, mysterious world known as Lumina. It is a planet of vibrant colors and lush landscapes, with a unique and powerful energy that radiates throughout its atmosphere. Lumina is home to a thriving civilization of creatures known as the Lumens, who possess a deep connection to the planet's energy and use it to power their technology. Lumina is a place of magic and wonder, a place of peace and harmony, and Starlight is proud to call it her home. The final destination was an unknown place that had never been seen before. It was a place of mystery and wonder, with strange creatures and strange sights. After a long journey, the group arrived at their destination and were met with awe and amazement. The area was filled with the unknown, and the group explored the area and discovered a hidden world of magic and secrets. As they explored, they found themselves in the presence of something greater than anything they had ever seen before. The group was in awe, and the mystery of the place only deepened as they ventured further. Having reached the final destination, the adventurers felt a sense of accomplishment wash over them. They had ventured into the unknown and come out on the other side unscathed. Now, all that remained was the journey back home. Collecting their belongings, the adventurers began their trek back to the place they had come from. Along the way, they talked about the strange signal, the portal, and all the wonders they had seen. As they reached the edge of the forest, they all looked back one last time, feeling a sense of gratitude for the adventure that had changed their lives. With a final wave goodbye, the adventurers stepped out of the forest and made their way back home. After Starlight was given the mission to explore the universe, she had to prepare for the journey. She gathered supplies, made sure her ship was in working order, and said goodbye to her family and friends. She was filled with a sense of excitement and anticipation as she began her journey, ready to explore the unknown and discover the secrets of the universe. Starlight and the crew of the Starlight rocket were ready for the journey ahead. With a deep breath, Starlight started the countdown. On the count of 3, the engines roared to life and the rocket began to lift off the ground. The crew cheered as the rocket ascended into the night sky, with the stars twinkling in the background. The excitement of the moment was palpable as the rocket soared higher and higher, until finally it was out of sight. Starlight had begun her journey to a new home. Starlight set her course for the asteroid field, eager to explore the unknown. She had heard tales of these mysterious rocks, and was determined to find out the truth of these mysterious rocks. As she flew closer, she was amazed by the sheer size and number of the asteroids. She carefully maneuvered her ship through the field, marveling at the beauty of the stars and planets that surrounded her show. She knew that this was only the beginning of her journey, and she was ready for whatever the universe had in store. As the crew ventured further, they soon came across a mysterious planet. It was unlike anything they had seen before, with strange alien landscapes, and an atmosphere that seemed to be made up of an unknown gascapes, The crew found themselves captivated by the unknown, and decided to investigate further. They sent out probes and gathered data, but still couldn't make sense of the strange planet. Despite the mystery, the crew couldn't help but be drawn in by the unknown beauty of the planet. The search for answers led the team to a strange planet, where they encountered an alien species. Upon first contact, the aliens were cautious and wary of the visitors. After a few tense moments, the aliens opened up and began to share their knowledge. They revealed that they had been observing the team for some time, and that they had seen their struggles. The aliens offered to help the team in their search for answers, and the team gratefully accepted their offer. search for answers was a difficult one. After their alien encounter, the crew were determined to find out more about the strange planet they had stumbled upon. They began to scour the asteroid field around the planet, looking for any clues that might lead them to the answers they sought. They searched for days, but ultimately came up empty-handed. Despite their efforts, the crew were no closer to uncovering the secrets of the mysterious planet. The crew continued their journey through the asteroid field, searching for clues to the mysterious planet. Suddenly, a strange signal began to emanate from the unknown planet. It was faint, but the crew could feel something powerful and mysterious coming from the signal. They followed the signal, unsure of what they would find but determined to uncover the secrets of the planet. As they approached, the signal grew louder and more intense, until it was almost deafening. The crew was filled with a sense of excitement and anticipation as they prepared to discover the source of the strange signal. The strange signal was the first sign that something was amiss. It was a strange and unfamiliar sound, and it seemed to be coming from somewhere beyond the horizon. As the signal grew louder, a portal to the unknown opened up in the sky. It was a swirling vortex of light and energy, and it seemed to be beckoning us forth. We hesitated, unsure of what lay beyond. But curiosity won out and we stepped through the portal, eager to explore the mysterious world that awaited us.
If you enjoyed this video, please don't forget to hit the subscribe button and turn on notifications so you never miss an update from us. We'll be bringing you more exciting stories and videos like this one. See you next time.
The old wizard had been living peacefully in his cottage for many years. He had no idea that a surprise visitor was about to arrive, bringing with them an urgent quest that would take him on a journey across a mysterious and dangerous land. Little did he know that his life was about to take a dramatic turn, and he would soon embark on an incredible adventure. I was just getting ready to leave when I heard a knock at the door. I opened it to find an old man standing there, his face hidden in the shadows of his hood. He introduced himself as a messenger from the king, and said he had an urgent request for me. He handed me a sealed letter that contained a map and a cryptic message. I was to travel to a distant castle and find the king's lost treasure. I was taken aback by the unexpected request, but I knew I had to accept. With a heavy heart, I began to prepare for the long journey ahead. The princess had no idea what the witch had in store for her. She followed the dragon's instructions and arrived at the witch's hut, where she was presented with a seemingly impossible task. The witch had set a trap for the princess, telling her that if she could complete the task, she would be rewarded with the dragon's wish. The princess was determined to succeed, and she set out to complete the task, unaware of the danger that awaited her. The witch had been plotting her revenge for many years, and had devised a plan to take the kingdom away from the princess and her people. She had cursed the kingdom and the people living there, and only the princess could break it. The witch had made sure that the task was difficult, and that it would take the princess a long time to complete it. She had thought of every possible way to make it difficult and impossible for the princess to succeed. The witch's plan had been foiled, and the princess and dragon were now united in their mission to save the kingdom. The princess was determined to free her people from the witch's tyranny, and the dragon was eager to help. With courage and strength, they set out to confront the witch and reclaim the kingdom. Together, they faced many obstacles and trials, but with their combined power and bravery, they were able to overcome them all. In the end, the princess and dragon emerged victorious and the kingdom was saved. The witch's plan had failed, and the princess and dragon had united against her. The witch was no match for the combined strength of the princess and dragon, and was quickly defeated. The princess used her magical powers to imprison the witch in a tower, never to be seen again. With the witch gone, the princess and dragon were free to live happily ever after. The princess was rewarded for her bravery and loyalty with a special gift from the dragon. She received a magical necklace that glowed with a bright light and had the power to protect her from any evil. The dragon also taught her a powerful spell that she could use to summon him in times of need. Princess was grateful for the dragon's kindness and vowed to use her newfound power to protect the kingdom. The dragon bid a fond farewell to the princess, thanking her for her help in defeating the witch. He promised to always remember the princess and the kindness she had shown him. He then flew away, leaving the princess with a sense of accomplishment and a newfound appreciation for the power of friendship. After the unexpected visitor had left, the two friends discussed their plan. They would have to brave the dark forest and make it to the castle, where they would find the magical relic Horust. They agreed to set off at first light and make sure to stay together no matter what. With that, they both retired for the night, ready to face the challenge ahead. After much discussion, the group decided to embark on their journey. They gathered their supplies and set off, filled with anticipation and excitement. With each step, they felt a sense of adventure and possibility. As they left the safety of their homes and ventured into the unknown, they could not help but feel a little nervous. Despite the unknown dangers that awaited them, they pushed onward, determined to make it to their destination. Along the way, they encountered a variety of creatures, both friendly and hostile. As they continued their journey, they slowly began to gain confidence, knowing that they were capable of whatever lay ahead. The journey begins had left the adventurers feeling uneasy as they entered the dark forest. The trees were tall and intimidating, and the shadows seemed to stretch on forever. As they continued to venture forward, they could feel the chill of the night air and the sound of the rustling leaves. They were careful to watch their steps, as the darkness seemed to hide many unknown dangers. The adventurers soon realized that the dark forest was more than just a place of mystery and fear. It was a place of adventure and discovery. The castle was a sight to behold. Its tall towers and imposing walls were illuminated in the light of the full moon, and the moat surrounding it glowed with a mysterious blue light. We made our way across the drawbridge, our hearts pounding with anticipation and excitement. We had no idea what awaited us inside, but we were determined to find out. The group was surprised to find the castle inhabited by a princess who had been expecting their arrival. She revealed that she had been expecting them for some time and had been preparing for their arrival. She then presented the group with a surprise, a magical relic, which she believed was the king's lost treasure. The group was astonished and eagerly accepted the relic, thankful for the princess's assistance. The princess was stunned when the massive dragon suddenly appeared in front of her. Its scales glimmered in the light, and its wingspan was so wide that it blocked out the sun. Its eyes were a deep yellow, and its teeth were sharp and pointed. Its roar echoed through the forest, and the princess felt a chill run up her spine. She had never seen a creature so magnificent and powerful before. She was both scared and awestruck by the dragon's presence. The dragon had a request for the princess: to break the witch's curse and free the kingdom. Had a request for the princess. He asked her to journey to the castle of the witch and use the magical object that she had been given to vanquish the witch and save the kingdom. The princess was hesitant, but the dragon's plea was so sincere that she agreed to take on the task. Princess, though taken aback by the dragon's request, saw the wisdom in his words. She thought for a moment, and then nodded her head in agreement. She told the dragon that she would help him, and that together they could find a way to restore the kingdom to its former glory. With that, the princess set off on her mission, determined to bring back the peace and prosperity of the kingdom.
If you enjoyed this video, please don't forget to hit the subscribe button and turn on notifications so you never miss an update from us. We'll be bringing you more exciting stories and videos like this one. See you next time.